had.
Well, I think it's a great showcase for the Big 12 first and foremost. You got College Game Day here, and you got two top three teams in the nation. So a great opportunity for the league to showcase what it's about. And then at the same time, for us, it's a home game, and it's a great atmosphere for our fans to really enjoy a game.
You guys handled Oklahoma really well the other night and not looking ahead and all that. What does it say about this team that they were able to do that and then they've got this game in front of them?
Well, I mean, that's why we've been successful to this point in great player leadership, making sure we're staying focused on the here and now and one game at a time. And in conference, that's the beauty of it. Every game counts as one, and there's 18 of them. They all count equal.
What do you see from Kansas? Are they, as far as the lineup they put on the floor, the way they do things, are they a little different than the first time you saw them? Or?
Well, I think some teams tend to get better, or some teams, because of injuries or illnesses, suspensions, they taper off. And I think Kansas is definitely one of those teams that's gotten better. You watch them play, and they're in a situation where offensively and defensively they're executing at a high rate. And Coach Self's teams are never going to beat themselves. And they're always going to have talented players. But when any team's at their best is when they know exactly the roles of everybody, and it looks like they've really settled in on who's doing what and how.
Obviously, the maturity level grow from Jared, since he was a freshman last year, and of course, Matthew Meyer, and to now being both sophomores, and to really being able to block out all those distractions and to rise to the occasion.
Well, I think first Jared is somebody that came in with some charisma and confidence and leadership ability that God gave him, and with great leadership around him like King and Jake and Makai, he was able to learn just how to carry himself, what to do, what not to do, how to make plays. And at the same time, all the pressure wasn't on him last year because Makai and a couple other guys were able to take some of that off of him. So this year he's had a bigger role as far as leadership goes, as all sophomores should. But he's one of those guys, the bigger the moment, the bigger the play, the better he seems to play. Some people are better practice players. Some people are better when the game's not on the line, and then others are better when it's the heat of the moment, and that's something that you can't teach.
What's Macio's status right now?
We'll see him in practice today, and praying that it keeps heading in the right direction. He's doing a great job, and it's going to be close. So.
You held Oklahoma to 54 points. That's the 8th conference opponent that you guys have held 55 points or under. How proud are you of that?
Well, definitely that's why we've been successful. Offense, your shooting can come and go. You see one game we're a great free throw shooting team. Next one we might miss. Same with the long ball. But that defense and rebounding, taking care of the ball, hopefully that keeps you in games when you're not shooting well and gives you a chance to win.
Coach, what does this streak mean to you personally?
Well, first of all, when you've been around the league as long as I have, you had a chance to see just the great players, the great coaches, and then also the great environments, and know just how hard it is to accomplish what the team has accomplished with getting the all-time longest Big 12 winning streak. At the same time, again, this group has stayed humble, they've stayed hungry, and right now it's one day at a time and focusing on the present.
Coach, 2 college game days in 1 year for Baylor Athletics. What does that say?
It doesn't get any bigger than that. So that's a great year, and I thought it was a great environment, and everything was outstanding with the football game day, and expect the same for Saturday.
It seems hard to do in this day and age, but how are you able to keep guys happy when you redshirt them? And I know some guys have to because of the transfer, but it seems like that's really paid off for you.
Well, I think first and foremost, our players get a lot of that credit from the standpoint we've had some players that have redshirted, been in that seat before, know how tough it is, and they've done a great job conveying to those guys going through the tough times of redshirting. Hey, I've done that. I know how tough it is, but this is how it benefited me. This is how it has helped me. And I mean, we've had players from Jonathan Motley, Corey Jefferson, Epe Udo. I mean, guys that are draft picks, lottery picks that have done that.
Was more student and fan engagement. What do you expect from the atmosphere on Saturday?
Well, hopefully we give the fans a lot to cheer for. What makes a fan base go to another level, though, and that is when the home team needs a big play or isn't playing well, then they come alive and help generate that rather than responding. And I think our fan base has really done a great job this year in helping us when we needed a defensive stop. They've gotten loud, or when we need a big play, they've helped energize us and helped us to have that happen.
Coach, from Dallas-Fort Worth area, last year our region got behind Texas Tech since it's been so long since a Texas school has won the men's national championship. Now we're starting to see that wave of momentum carry as a concerned support of your team. How do you embrace that?
It's first of all humbling and a great honor and achievement for Baylor University and our team. But the state of Texas, we've had so many great players, so many great teams and coaches, and that's one thing that nationally I don't think we get enough credit for the basketball that we play here. I mean, you look at the Big 12, and to have the #1 basketball conference in the country for 6 straight years, and a lot of those are Texas schools. I mean, basketball-wise, we deserve a lot more credit nationally, the state as a whole, than we get.
17 years into this, and with everything you've seen, how rewarding is this for you, what's taking place right now?
Well, it's really rewarding, especially because you see the past players that are so excited, or seeing them come back to games. So this weekend, Curtis Geralds will be here, Epe Udo will be here, Rico Gathers, just to name a couple, and to see how excited they are, and to see how excited the Baylor family is. Definitely, it's a great time to be a Bear, and you look at it in this whole year, from volleyball being #1, women's basketball, football, up and down the list. I think it starts with their administration, the great leadership we have, but also the players in all the sports, the athletes. They all feed off each other. They see the success this team's having, and they want to have that success. They see how hard they're working, and they want to work that hard. So I think everybody, iron sharpens iron.
Scott, Azubuike and Dotson, what kind of challenges do they present?
Well, we don't have long enough at this press conference, so both of them are outstanding players. Both of them will be in the NBA, and both of them can affect the game on both ends of the court, and that's what great players do.
Scott, you had been to an Elite Eight already, but when they were here last time, game day, and you mentioned that there was kind of an unknown. What does it mean now, almost a decade later, the sustainability of your program, that they're coming back?
Well, I think first and foremost, I love how ESPN has done the game day, where they have some of them that are open, where you can slide games that need to receive game day. And I think that's why football is so successful with their college game day. And I think basketball is getting closer and closer to that. I know logistically there's some issues that don't allow you to do that every week, but I think in a situation like this, having game day picked to be here, that's a huge accomplishment for our basketball program and the Baylor family. And I think, again, anytime you have a chance to showcase the Big 12 nationally to draw attention to our league, it's a great thing.
Coach, how about for a Baylor fan on Saturday? Doors open at 8:30. You got the game day show at 10. They get to watch that in the game. What do you think it's going to be like for?
Well, first of all, let's start with the students, because you're camping out. I mean, how are you not camping out in the concourse? I mean, it's 72 and sunny in the concourse, all right? So you are good in the concourse. Then second thing is for everyone that gets here and has a chance to experience game day, I mean, if you're a sports fan, it doesn't get any bigger than college game day, and you definitely want to be a part of that. And it's the fans that make college athletics what is so special. So hopefully a couple extra shots in the coffee in the morning, and let's go.
Scott, because it's been your mentality, the team mentality all year, just another game, can you make this one just another game, or is that even possible?
Well, definitely it helps playing an earlier game, because if you sit around all day and think about it and stuff, those become a little tougher. Trust me, 11 a.m. is early for any college student. They're just going to be waking up and they're going to be ready to go. So, again, I think experienced players and having success, knowing how we've handled each and every game, hopefully that the leadership keeps passing that on. It's just another game.
23 in a row, but there weren't any kind of crazy celebrations or anything. I imagine you like seeing that from your players.
Oh, no question. And at times, obviously, we got a little more hype than other games. But at the end of the day, the biggest celebration is supposed to be at the end of the year, and everybody starts the season, and their goal is to win a conference championship, and this is one of 18 games. So we still got a ways to go. Doesn't matter, you win this game, lose this game, a lot left to be played.
Scott, what does Marcus Garrett bring them?
Well, I tell you, Marcus is one of the best defensive players in the nation to begin with, but offensively, he's been shooting the ball well. He's always been a great facilitator, but I think his game has gone to another level as far as on both ends of the court, just affecting it like he has.